know summer season is still a few months away, but the sun is up. And I know you are eager to find out where I am right now with all these amazing Greek sculptures. I'll give you a clue. It's only 2 hours drive away from Manila. And yes, I'm still in the Philippines. It is also home to the famous Verde Island Passage Sanctuary, the center of marine biodiversity in the world. The home of Taal Lake, numerous dive sites like Anilao, Nasugbu, and other hidden treasures like these. Where am I right now? I am here in the province of Batangas. Approximately 250 kilometers from Metro Manila, Batangas, which is located on the southwestern part of Luzon in the Calabarzon region, bordered by the provinces of Cavite and Laguna to the north and Quezon to the east, is one of the favorite destinations of tourists and day trippers because of its many eco-sites and wonders not found in any other provinces. I'm headed to an island they say is Batangas' best-kept secret because of its pristine and mysterious beauty. The water is rough, but they say the trip will be all worth it once I reach the mysterious island. Whoa! And true enough, our travel was all worth it. This is Fortune Island, a 27-hectare island that lies 14 kilometers offshore of Barangay Bukana in Nasugbu. Who would have thought that an island with Greco-Roman-inspired Ionic columns with imposing statues of lions and this beautiful maiden sits on top of this hill and overlooks at the Philippine open sea? Mang Dante, isa po kayo sa mga nangangalaga dito sa Fortune Island. Ano po ba ang istorya? Paano po siya natawag na Fortune Island?
Yun ho ang tunay na pangalan ng islang ito, Fortune Island. Ang isla pong ito ay may mga katangiang napakayaman sa marine life, magagandang view.
Yes.
Develop ang kabundukan, kung tawagin ni Acropolis.
Opo. At ang ano po, ang inyong sand ay white.
Opo,
White ang sand.
Hindi lang po white, kundi pebbles.
This powdery white sand is the favorite nesting ground of pawikan.
Nasagana po ito sa pawikan. Meron nga pong buwan, pag yung laying time ng pawikan, kahit araw umakit sila dyan.
Mga anong buwan po yun?
Mga pamulaho ng April hanggang June.
Fortune Island is truly enchanting as there exists a snorkeling ground which also acts as a marine reserve.
Narito nga ang lahat na klase ng mga isda, pati ho yung mga pang-aquarium na isda.
Yes.
Narito sa paligid ng Fortune.
Yes.
Lahat ng klase ng marine life.
Oo, nandito na sila.
Taklobo, yung mga
Giant clams. Giant clams. Na meron din po kayong portion dito sa island na tinatawag ninyo na Acropolis.
Yeah,
Di
yan
ba?
po ay
Ito po yung Acropolis na yan.
kabundukang develop na ayan ay parang ang sistema ay kinuha sa Rome.
Parang Rome, Greece,
Greece,
parang ganun
Greece,
po na
Greece.
nilagyan po ng mga statue. Ano po storyan yan?
Eh di, yan po eh parang paraang island na ito ay may isang katangian na wala sa ibang island.
Early in the morning, here in the shores of Lubok, Batangas, you can treat your eyes to a beautiful feast of live and colorful corals. This Malabrigo Sanctuary is home to a growing fish sanctuary and an artificial reef. Even luminous planktons light up the water, and which is a favorite snack of Botanding who visit the shores of Lubok. Batangas is blessed with an abundance of natural resources, including this mangrove sanctuary in Lubok, which helps prevent flooding in the town. And various natural attractions like the Simbahang Bato, and the Malabrigo Tower, which lights the way for all ships passing by the Verde Island. Batangas is truly blessed with the richest marine life because of its proximity to Verde Island Passage. Dubbed as the best marine sanctuary in the country, the Verde Island Passage, which is located between Batangas and Mindoro, it has been declared as the center of marine shorefish biodiversity in the world.
This has been declared by Conservation International, by the Smithsonian Institute of in Washington, D.C., USA, and likewise the WWF, as the very center of the marine biodiversity. In other words, it is a place where you have the concentration of the most number of marine species, as the center also of what you call the World Food Triangle. This includes Indonesia, the Philippines, Sri Lanka, all this area. The center again is this particular passage.
The Verde Island Passage is also a popular domestic sea route connecting Batangas, Marinduque, Mindoro Occidental, Mindoro Oriental, and Romblon.
This is really the shipping lane. Both domestic, you have 95% of the domestic vessels of the Philippines passing to the Verde Island Passage, and internationally, likewise.
Right.
Now, actually, these past weeks and these coming months and years, it will even be more important because of what's going on now in Metro Manila.
That's right.
The
They're going
international
to divert.
port will be diverted here.
But beyond the pollution of these ships and boat emit, the island is faced with more problems. Garbage from people and garbage from nearby factories.
And they confirm that this is one of the most endangered place because it's a shipping lane.
Yes.
From Batangas Bay, you have 65% of the fuel requirement of the entire country.
It's passing through Verde Island.
No, not only passing, but it's, passing through there, but based in Batangas Bay.
The threat to the country's marine resources has awakened many individuals to step up and protect this sanctuary.
While on the private sector, we have formed a non-profit organization
To protect the area.
to promote the ecological system here,
Right.
and at the same time also to protect the marine life,
The marine life.
and also to give employment, alternative
locals.
employment to
Right.
the fishermen,
To the locals.
so that they don't have to go dynamite fishing, they don't
Right.
have to go fishing really, or spear gun hunting, or whatever.
Species like sea turtles, hawkbills, olive ridleys, and green turtles, hammerhead wrashes, giant groupers, and giant clams thrive in the Verde Island Passage.
And then here there is a cave,
Yes.
which is confirmed is like what they call a clinic, a marine clinic, because the sick fish, the sharks and all that, they would come, and there are smaller
For rehab.
fish. Yeah.
To be rehabilitated.
To be healed.
Yes.
To be healed. Right, you see this hill here, right below that there is an underwater cave.
Yes, yes.
That really they would come, and where the other fish would get healed.
The presence of port and energy facilities like oil, gas, and geothermal, plus unsustainable fishing methods including illegal and destructive fishing, pose a grave threat to the marine resources of the passageway.
You have to consider it's not only the movement of the dirty containers, but what is more important will be the oil slicks,
Right.
the leak there.
The leaks.
Yes, and when a vessel lands, they will have to dispose of all their when they have to
oil.
wash.
That's right.
And of course, when they wash the
That's
vessels, then you would have also the
It will be
dirty
in the
oil, the
water.
dirty fuel coming out.
That's right.
And in addition to the garbage of those who are there.
Vessels.
So that is one that would be immediate. Number two is really addressing the ecological problem caused by the pipeline.
The pipeline.
That is a pipeline that supplies 2,700 megawatts. There is noise, there is vibration.
It disperses
underneath.
all the
Yes.
marine life.
Yes.
Man and progress is the cause of the early destruction of the area. Thus, it is imperative that everyone take action in the early preservation of this pristine sanctuary.
Because I think the number one is really knowledge.
Yes.
That everybody becomes conscious
Yes.
of the situation. And even I would even say the problem.
From Batangas, I had to head straight down to the city to be part of the biggest cleanup which affects the Verde Island Passageway. You're doing your regular routine cleanup here at Freedom Island. What is Freedom Island all about?
It's a group of island that makes up yung Las Piñas Parañaque Critical Habitat. This is 175 hectares. It has a bird sanctuary. It has a mangrove forest of 37 hectares. It has lagoon, which is the spawning ground of all the many fishes of Manila Bay. It has a collection of endemic trees na pwedeng gawing botanical garden. It has a coast.
That's
Nakikita
right.
natin ngayon na beach.
right.
And we're very proud of it. It is in the Ramsar list as one of the most important wetlands in the world, together with Tubataha Reef and the Palawan Underground River. and the Olango Island in Cebu. And it is the only one in the Ramsar that is in an urban setting,
Right.
which is Metro Manila. So we're very proud.
It's in our backyard. Lying hidden behind this asphalt road is the Freedom Island.
They live because of the natural flow of water. So kung mawawala yung natural flow of water dito at masasarahan to, mamamatay lahat yung mangrove natin.
That's right.
And yung mga birds natin, 3 of them are endangered species. The Philippine duck, the black stilt, and the Chinese egret. Pag ito nireclaim natin, aalis
Wala na
yan.
sila.
Aalis
Wala na sila. A sanctuary for local and migratory birds, Freedom Island and Long Island, or collectively known as Freedom Islands, is a 175-hectare stretch at the western side of the Cavite-Manila Coastal Road.
Unang-una, wag natin payagan ng reclamation.
That's right.
And the second one, as we should come here to clean it. In
Regularly.
fact, I am working on a budget by which will enable us to build a marine museum here, exhibit area for anything about environment and the waters, and then meron tayong nilalakad namin magkaroon ng laboratory na mangrove at saka nursery ng mangrove dito. Lagyan ng boardwalk yung ating mga lagoon at sa ating mga mangroves para
Yes, so people
maikot ng
can
mga
visit.
tao. Yes,
That's right,
yes.
that's
And
right.
then hopefully may mga bird watching facility para makita natin yung ating mga endangered species of birds.
Declared as a critical habitat in 2007 by Proclamation number 1412,
There are 80 species of birds here.
Here in the
Oo,
island.
and we publish a book together with the Wild Bird Club of the Philippines, yung 40 species so far.
80 different species of birds, including the black-crowned night herons, Kentish plovers, curlew sandpipers, and Siberian ruby throats, the endangered Chinese egret, Philippine duck, and the rare pied avocet. When did the cleanup started?
It started sometime 2011 because that was
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago. That was the first time we knew that there was a mangrove forest in Metro Manila. We were so excited that time to see a mangrove forest in
Manila, yes.
In Manila. So we went to this place. Instead, what we saw was like an open dump site. If you had seen this place 3 years ago, garbage was up to your knees.
Wow.
It was overwhelming, and so we said we just want to go slowly, and make sure that we go, continue it. And
That's right.
3 years later, we're here. So
Right.
as you can see, we just cleaned up a few hours this morning, and then you can already see the sand.
That's right. Its rich ecosystem plays a vital role for men, birds, and marine life, as local fishermen depends on these water for their livelihood. I understand you're now seeing fishes in this area. What other changes as far as marine life, maybe coastal changes have you seen?
Yeah, believe it or not, Ruby, some of our countrymen still get yung kanilang tahong, what they call shellfish.
The mussels.
Mussels
Yes,
here,
yes.
yeah.
From
They-
here.
Somewhere near this area, yes.
Yes,
And they
okay.
eat it. And so we think that, with proper cleanups, other species of fish will start to reappear.
Okay.
And we understand many years ago, like decades ago, dolphins actually come to this area.
Right.
We
right.
hope that we can restore the ecosystem in a way that dolphins
We can bring them back. Acting as a natural shield against typhoons, with its lagoon functioning as an outlet for major waterways in the two cities, it is now being threatened of being reclaimed and being swallowed totally by garbage. Now, what's the importance of saving all of these? We're doing all of this cleanup. I mean, what are we trying to achieve?
Actually, we're very proud because even at the state of this particular area, it has been declared a wetland of international significance by Ramsar.
Wow,
It's,
okay.
they said that you have the biodiversity.
I think this is the only one within Metro
From
Manila.
As
That's
they
right.
said this morning, yeah. You have birds here. You have different kinds of mangroves in this area, different kinds of plants. And we want to also in the future maybe have diverse marine life as well in this area. So there's a whole lot of potential for this area for research, science, education trips for schools, bird watchers, ecotourism, a whole lot.
The Las Piñas Parañaque Critical Habitat and Ecotourism Area project plans to reclaim 635 hectares of the shoreline in front of the sanctuary.
We see a great enlightenment in them, and because whenever they clean up, the first question now they ask is, which one of this garbage is from me? You know?
That's right. That's a good question.
Yeah, and then, and then somehow when they go back to their homes, they're more conscious about segregating their garbage.
Take action against the reclamation project affecting Freedom Islands, as it is your and your children's right to still breathe clean air in the city. So what's the importance of saving Freedom Island?
As I said, it's the last one in the Metro Manila. Tayo dito sa Metro Manila, pag tayo gustong mag-enjoy pag weekend, lahat tayo nasa mall. It's time naman na may variety.
Nature.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yung mga nature lover, meron
That's
naman
right.
silang pupuntahan
And they
dito.
don't have to go too far.
No, it's very near. And marami sa mga taga Metro Manila, hindi alam to, I'm sure. Ngayon mo lang to nakita.
Yes,
And
yes.
nagugulat sila pag nakita to kasi hindi nila ine-expect na may ganito pa sa Metro
It's right
Manila.
here.
And of course, this is also important for food security kasi ito yung spawning area ng fishes na hinuhuli sa Manila Bay na kinakain natin. And this is the livelihood of 300,000 fishermen in Manila Bay. So kung mawawala to, mawawala din yung livelihood ng mga tao, ng mga fishermen, at mga people dependent of them like mga market vendors, mga food processor ng mga fish dito. So maraming maaapektuhan, and if we say that we are for inclusive growth, siguro ang pinakamagandang tulungan natin na mawala ng hanap buhay would be the fishermen because they are one of the poorest people in the Philippines.
People from Metro Manila, you have the last mangrove area here in Manila Bay. It's in Freedom Island and in Long Island, but it is in danger of reclamation. It is endangered of being filled with garbage. You can do something about it. Segregate garbage from your households. Say no to reclamation of Freedom Islands. Sign up in our Facebook page, Save Freedom Island. Sign up on petitions. Meet your congressmen. Tell them to pass the law banning reclamation in protected areas. You can do a lot. As we say in our language, may magagawa ka, may pag-asa pa. Save Freedom Island. Save Manila Bay.
Our country has been blessed with the location of the Verde Island Passage that the international marine scientists have regarded the Philippines as the center of marine biodiversity of the world, surpassing even the Great Barrier Reef of Australia. A big blessing like this commands the greatest responsibility from us Filipinos. That is why let us use every ounce of our knowledge to educate and campaign to everyone not to pollute the waters or throw trash in the sea. One plastic will kill one pawikan, and one community's trash will pollute the entire ocean. I'm Ruby. Thank you for joining me in my eco-travel. Remember, progress is good, and we can stop it. But in achieving it, let us not hurt or abuse the environment, animals, and the marine life. Because if we lose one species, it would affect the world. And at the end, would affect us humans.
coffee is the second most important commodity next to oil. It is also the world's most popular beverage. In the Philippines alone, 9 out of 10 Filipino households wake up to cups of this warm, familiar, and delicious brew. And because coffee is important for Filipinos, Nestle ensures quality in every cup of Nescafe it makes. At the heart of everything that Nestle does for Nescafe and its consumers are efforts that aim to create shared value with Filipinos whose daily livelihoods are very much dependent on coffee. For over 40 years, Nestle's partnership with the Filipino coffee farmer has resulted in the enlivening of the coffee farming industry through programs and platforms that have improved farmers' crops, yield, and income. In 1986, Nestle established a program that helped improve the income of countless farmers around the country. Through the Nestle satellite buying stations, farmers can now go directly to Nestle to sell their harvests at world market prices. They can also claim payment from nearby authorized banks within 8 banking hours once their yield passes Nestle's quality standards. To ensure that only the best quality Robustas go into every cup of Nescafe, Nestle established the Nestle Experimental and Demonstration Farm, or the NEDEF, in Tagum City, Davao del Norte in 1994. Here, Nestle's team of agronomists train farmers on the proper way of growing coffee and reinforce the importance of good crop management. The NEDEF likewise makes available good quality and high-yielding Robusta coffee seedlings and root cuttings. Nestle understands that farming is never easy. That's why a few years ago, they introduced the coffee-based farming system, a program that helps farmers maximize their earning potential. By educating farmers on techniques such as intercropping, they are assured of alternative income while waiting for the coffee harvesting season. This also gives them the option to wait for the best time to sell their crops rather than resort to harvesting premature beans. Nestle's efforts at sustainable agriculture have likewise helped address problems on erosion and irrigation. One such program is the Sloping Agricultural Land Technology, or SALT, a diversified farming system that addresses the problem of soil erosion by encouraging the planting of crops alongside nitrogen-fixing trees. Caring for the environment has also been a priority for Nestle's coffee factories. Did you know that a portion of their energy requirements come from alternative fuel made from coffee hulls bought from farmers and spent coffee grounds? Their roofs also catch rainwater, which they recycle for use. Nestle's efforts do not end here. It continues to explore technological developments and initiate dialogue with various stakeholders with every intent of supporting the local coffee industry. Nestle, through creating shared value, and now with Nescafe and the Nescafe Plan, are making the difference from bean to cup, from farmer to you.